here's my Behance portfolio. You can see some of the other branding projects I've done. This one I even put a video at the beginning, which video is amazing if you have some video editing skills, where you can put this on and have a video presentation. But in this case, we're just going to stick with the photos. So we're going to add a new project, create a project. We're going to add our image. Let's start with image 1. And you have this ability, it says give the image some breathing room and add padding. So if you want to have padding, this will be padding, and you can change the background color as well. If you go into styles on edit project, you can change the background color. We could even take a background color from our palette. So our stone gray color, and that's why we have hex code colors, because we just pop it in. 3A, 3F, 4B. And you can add more spacing or less spacing. So in my case, I kind of like it without a border because I feel like it looks a little bit more clean that way and more full screen. So I'm going to leave it all the way expanded out with no border. So there's page 1. Let's go ahead, add another page. So I'm going to go down here to insert media right when I go down to the bottom, and I'm going to enter another photo. I'm going to enter number 2. If I need to put any type live text between these, I can. But we already have that on our presentation, so we're not going to need that. And I don't have any spacing between these two, so it looks like one big long, looks like there might be a little more spacing. So let's just make sure, I want to collapse that spacing. I want it to be one continuous image. So if you go up to styles, you'll be able to collapse the spacing. So you see the spacing right here, it's going to collapse when I reduce it. There's absolutely no spacing now. And I can just add my photos. So let's say I loaded all this, but I got out of order and I wanted to add a new one. The great thing about having these as separate images is I can just go right here in between the two photos and insert an image in between. So it's very easy to do that. You can also insert a video or embed anything in any kind of YouTube video. So let's go ahead, we can save it as a draft. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into settings, which is right here in your edit project area, and we're going to type in some stuff. So give your project a title, be as descriptive as you can. You want people to be able to find your work and potential clients. So project tags, you can have up to 10. So these are keywords that are going to help people discover your project. So branding, brand design, brand process, logo design process, mock-ups, brand development, brand strategy, just kind of coming up with things with the word brand in it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 2 more. I want to put graphic design in there. Graphic design. So tools used, so we can type in whatever we use. If you use Affinity products, you can type those in. There it is, Affinity Designer. That is an option. It used to not be an option, now it is. I used Illustrator. Pretty much just kind of stuck with those 2 programs. I also use Procreate to sketch. So tag as many programs that you used. I would categorize this as a graphic design project, but you can view all fields, and there is one of branding, which I would consider it a branding project, as well as art direction. Those are probably the 3 main categories I would choose. And you can go down to license, and this is where I'm not a legal expert, so I'm not going to give any kind of legal advice. So I'm going to stick with default, where others cannot use your work without permission. So I'm going to save it as a draft. I'm not quite ready to publish yet because I want to be able to have a cover image. So right now it's going to use my first as an automatic cover image. But you got to really think hard about what is going to be your best cover image. You can even add a new photo that's tailored directly toward doing a cover image instead of taking something here. Like this is going to be too busy to use. So even this front one might be a little bit too busy. I could zoom in on it, really focus in on the logo. And that might be my best shot. And there's a little preview of it too. Okay, so I'm going to crop it. And I'm pretty much ready to publish. I'm just going to save it as a draft for now, and we can preview this. So if you go down to this area, you can view as a preview. We're going to click and view it. And we can see what it looks like when we get on there. So here we are, we have the photo, we have some elements. It's really tying together. It's nice, and it's a nice simple introduction. We get to find out more about the process. The only thing I don't like about this part is these colors are very similar and it gets chopped up there. So it could be that I change the color slightly of this background image to have a little contrast there. So I'm just critiquing my own process here, but see how that's a nice transition? It's going down, feeling good. It's about an experience. You're scrolling down. How does it feel when you're scrolling down? Is there a page that doesn't fit really well? Is there a background color I can tweak or change? Is there something that's not right? And then see you at the sushi bar, and they can like and appreciate it and share it. So that's the very basics of creating a little portfolio on Behance, a little case study. You would probably follow the same method. Doing your website, you can just pop those images on there. Make sure if you're on your website that you use live text in some of your descriptions. So it could be that you put a picture and then you put the text below it in live text, just so it's indexed by Google. You don't want to miss out on any indexing on Google if you have a website-based portfolio. So just a little tip on that one. So yay, we are done with a lot of stuff here. We only have one more thing left to do, and that is going to be the Brand Standards Manual. That's going to be a little bit more intense. It's going to be the most detailed version because we're going to teach people how to use the brand, not just what it is or how it looks, but how to use it. So I'll see you in the final section.